Welcome back, friends, to another session of mathematics with your friend like geometry. I'm doing functions for grade 11 that normally goes again and be examined in grade 12. Now, what we are about to do here is to attempt and answer this question from the given two graphs. What are they saying to us? They say sketched below are the graphs of f of x, which is equals to minus into x plus 2 all squared plus 4, and g of x, which is giving us ax plus q. R is the turning point. Let me go there and write TP so that I don't forget that. Then now, there is R, the turning point. You look at our graph, it goes through the origin there. That point is origin, meaning that the coordinates of this point are 0 and 0. Now, from this information, we can be able to answer any of those questions. What is the first question? It says give the coordinates of R. Friends, just give the coordinates of R as easy as that. There is R is your turning point. If you look at R, it lies on both the straight line and the parabola. Now, the straight line we know nothing about, but the parabola is written in a form a into x plus q all squared, a into x plus p all squared plus q. Now, you would remember that this is your axis of symmetry, which is the x value of the turning point. I repeat again, very important, this is the axis of symmetry of this particular parabola, axis of symmetry, which will give us the x value of the turning point. Now, I'm going there to answer this question. The coordinates of R are, when the value of P is positive there, it is negative as the coordinate of the turning point. If it is negative there, it is positive there. Now let's start with that now. P is positive there. That means here we have a negative 2. Then the value of Q is taken as it is with its sign, and it becomes the value of y of the turning point. That means that is 4. Now the coordinates of R are minus 2 and 4. Normally it would be 2 marks. We have just got ourselves a very easy 2 marks. The next one, it says calculate the length of AB. Where is AB now? There is A, there's B there. Now, there are several ways of doing this. Remember, we know the turning point. I can just draw the axis of symmetry there. Axis of symmetry, and its equation is x is equals to minus 2. What does that mean? It means that from here to there, it is 2 units. Remember, the minus 2 is the value of x there. From here to here, it is a minus 2. Now, keep in mind, the axis of symmetry divides this parabola into 2 equal parts. Now, that would mean that again, from here to there, it is 2 units. 2 units. Now, meaning that the distance from A to B would be 2 plus 2, which is 4 units. If you don't do it in that way, you can solve it from that particular given equation. If you look at A and B, they lie on F, and for that matter, they are the x-intercepts, meaning that the value of y would be 0. I'm gonna do that now. X plus 2 all squared plus 4 is equals to 0. Why? Because I'm looking for the coordinates of the x-intercepts. Now, I'm just going to take this to that side and it becomes positive. It would be x plus 2 all squared, which is equals to 4. Or it is still fine. Even if you take 4 into that side, it would be minus x plus 2 all squared, which is equals to minus 4. You divide both sides by -1. You get that. Now, what is the next thing that you should do? It's a perfect square. It's a perfect square. You just take the square root in both sides. Square root of this side, square root of that side. Don't forget that here. It's a plus or a minus. Now, square root of x plus 2 all squared is x plus a 2, which is equals to square root of 4 is 2. Now, keep in mind, one value of the square root is positive and one value is negative. Then we go or. Remember, I've got this again, x plus 2, which is equals to now minus 2. I solve for x. I take this into that side, I get x is equals to 0. Or I take this into that side, I get x is equals to a -4. Now, remember, for the x-intercept, the value of y is 0, meaning that the coordinates of x at this point is 0 and 0. The coordinate of x at that point is -4 and 0. Therefore, I can see that because I'm from origin to that point where x is a -4, I can see that AB is equals to 4 units. We have answered that question, folks. Beautifully so. Now, next question says, determine the equation of G. Who is G? The straight line there. What do we need to know for the equation of the straight line? At least if I've got 2 points that lies on a straight line, I can be able to determine the gradient which was given as A there. Now, I'm going to determine the gradient of this line. The gradient of line AR, because point A and point R lies on that line, I'm going to say the gradient of AR is equals to change in y divided by change in x. That is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that is gonna give us, I'm saying y2 minus y1. 4 minus 0, which is a 4, divided by minus 2 minus 0, which is a minus 2. And the gradient of this is 4 divided by minus 2, which is minus 2. Now, because we can see that this line goes through origin, that means it is that line that is defined by y is equals to mx. The y-intercept is 0. The x-intercept is also 0, meaning that g of x, g is just minus 2x. We have answered that question. Now comes this beautiful one that normally makes people cry. For which values of x is g of x greater than f of x? Which values of x are making g to be bigger than f? Now, folks, please now hear. I want to do this nice and slowly. We are saying g of x must be greater than f of x. First of all, what does this mean? It just means that the red graph must be on top and the blue graph must be at the bottom. I repeat again. When we say g is greater than f, we mean that g is on top and f is at the bottom. That is just what we are looking for. Now, let's slice our two graphs. I'm gonna slice it there, cutting all that part. Why did I start there? I started there because the two graphs are equal at that point. Now, I start from equal, go to the left of equal. I want to see who's at the top, who's at the bottom. When I go to this side of equal, I can see that red is on top and blue is at the bottom. Right? I remove this again. I put it there again now, ignoring this side. Again, because they are equal there. When I'm moving to the right-hand side of the point where the two graphs are equal, I can now see that blue, that is supposed to be at the bottom, is now on top. And red, who's supposed to be on top, is at the bottom. Now, I'm going to say, but I don't need this. Please go away. I don't need you. Go away. Alright? Now, I go to where they are equal again. That is at that point. I cover this side because I've dealt with it, looking at that side. When I'm going to the right-hand side of the point where the two graphs are equal, can you see that G is on top of F? Now, what am I going to do now? I'm going to say, I need this side and I need that side, but I don't need this one. Now, I'm writing it mathematically. Remember, this point is minus 4. Remember, that point is minus 2, meaning that everywhere here it is minus 2. Remember, this point is 0 and 0. Now, I am writing my solution. When x, gonna talk about minus 2 now, because I started from minus 2. Remember, I said where they are equal. When x goes this side of a minus 2, and mathematically speaking, all the numbers that are on the left-hand side of a minus 2, they are smaller than minus 2. That is why I'm gonna say x must be smaller than minus 2. Can you see that I have what I don't want there? It means it is not an intersection, but it is a union. That is why I'm going to put an OR there. Then it means now I don't want this. Now I go there. The value of x at this point is 0. I write x and put 0 there. Now I said I want to go to the right of the 0. Going to the right of the 0, it means that I am taking all the values of x that are greater than 0. That is why I'm going to say that is greater than 0. Folks, remember, g of x greater than f of x means g must be on top, f must be at the bottom. And we did that. You can see that this side of that point, g is on top, f is at the bottom. G is increasing and f is decreasing. Now, you look at this particular side, though they are both decreasing. But now, this one seems to decrease more faster than that one. We have answered the question. Folks, be very careful now with this question. It is very easy, but now I have also seen some people including the minus 2 there. They do this and do that. Now, I want to tell you when those two values, which we refer to as critical points, must be included. They will be included if we say this one must be greater or equals to that one, meaning that it must be on top or intersect. Must be on top or intersect. That is the only time when these would be correct. But now, if we do that, please don't include your critical points. For now, this is it, folks. But before I go, I just want to say, remember the reflection of the functions. Remember the translation of the functions. Reflection, I'm talking about reflection about the line y is y, about the line y, which is x is equals to 0. Reflection about the x-axis, which is the line y is equals to 0. And another thing, be able to translate horizontally and vertically to the left and right. I will do a question on that particular one, folks, next time. Like our page, leave your comment, give your friends the link so that they also pass mathematics. Thank you very much.